Hello everyone, welcome back to another reading. Um, I hope you're all doing well. I hope the weather is as nice where you are as it is where I am. And if it is, remember, stay hydrated. And if you have pets, be careful. Okay, I shuffled it off camera, but I'm going to do it again just because it wasn't that good, to be honest. Right. First of all, we're going to see what you need to hear right now, okay? So, Spirit, what does the viewer need to hear at this moment, please? Okay, one more. Okay. Okay. Excuse me. So, with the Six of Wands, 222 on the timer, the Moon, and the Page of Wands. So, Fire, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Virgo. Um, okay, so you have a person that is sick and tired of putting everyone and everything else above their own needs, whether it be subconsciously or not. They are starting to realize that, like, if they don't start putting themselves first, they'll never do anything with their life if they're only living for other people, right? So they're putting their foot down, and they're putting a stop to how people treat them. Like, maybe they have friends that use them for their own personal gain, right? So, like, they always ask your person to help them with things, but if your person was to ask them, they wouldn't return the favor. Or, like, it could be even deeper than that. Like maybe they have your person around to make them feel better about themselves because they're insecure, right? All these little things that are coming to the forefront, and it's making your person realize who is really there for them. And now that you're gone, they're realizing that no one's really there. And it's kind of a wake up call for them, right? Like, I'm sure when you started awakening and realizing things about the people around you, it was overwhelming, and like you didn't want to believe it because you would never treat someone that way. So why would they treat you in that way, right? And it's causing your person to reflect and to go within and release the things that no longer serve them. And they're starting to take their a blank. They are releasing things that no longer serve them. So people, places, so maybe a job or specific situations, maybe since things are starting to come to light, 818 on the timer, they're realizing the error in their ways, right? How 828, how they sorry, I got a call. Okay, so we're waking up to the errors in their ways, so how they treated you. Maybe they probably had a karmic lesson, right? So you are too kind, right? So if the universe wanted you to teach your person a lesson, you wouldn't have been able to come back into union, right? So the universe sent other people in to try and teach your person a lesson. So if your person was dishonest with you, if they made you feel less than, like, in any way, they will get that mirrored back onto them, right? To teach them a lesson, to wake them up to how they treated you, and to make them cop on, basically, right? And they they're feeling really inspired on reaching out to you, right? So I just got a phone call there, so maybe they are contemplating reaching out. Uh, okay, obviously this is collective reading, so if you not everyone is going to be on the same part of your journey, so always use your discernment if this person does reach out. But they are like the love and the passion that you have for each other. It's like when you are boiling pasta, right? If you put the lid on, all that that's what foamy shit, yeah, is gonna it starts to overflow. If you if you're not watching it and you don't take the lid off, I feel like that's what's happening with this person, right? So maybe they have seen you in person or online, and the more they see you and the more they think of you, the harder it is to just to stop themselves from reaching out, right? Because obviously you don't want them to reach out prematurely, and they also don't want to reach out prematurely in case they ruin it. Yeah. So they want to reach out, but they're struggling to hold back because they're waiting on spirit to give them the green light, basically. Right? Excuse me. Okay. Spirit, what energy is the viewer in at the moment, please? I asked for 5, but I got 6, so you're welcome. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so we have the Magician, the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Cups in reverse, and a Chariot. Okay, 888 is significant, so abundance is coming. Okay, so Earth, Fire, and Water. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Said fire already, and water is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, right? So okay, so I feel like your person is starting to realize that they don't need anything externally, right? They have everything they need within, and which is good. And they're starting to work with what they've got. And okay, maybe your person used substances and thought that, or like use it as an excuse to hide from their feelings, right? 858 in the timer. And now that they have woken up to how people have been treating them and how shitty they've been feeling after all this time of using those substances, they're realizing that it's only a temporary fix, right? And your person is he's not used to this, right? Maybe they've used these substances for most of their life, so they don't really know how to move past something. So like, obviously our thoughts don't define us, right? Like, if you're having a really bad day, you're feeling insecure, and you start thinking all these negative thoughts, right? That's not who you are. 111 on the timer. Just because you're not in the right headspace at the moment doesn't mean that you aren't worthy of being in a good headspace, right? 1121. feel like your person is starting to put down the negative self-talk and the substances and all the things that were no longer serving them, right? And they're walking away from it, and they're starting to fill their own cup, and they're learning to love themselves, right? Because you can't love somebody until you truly love yourself. And as I've said before, you can say that you love yourself all you want, but actions speak louder than words, right? If I used to see a reading and someone said that you need to love yourself, I'd be like, I do love myself, obviously, but I wasn't I didn't love myself really because I wasn't nourishing my body, right, with the right food, and I wasn't taking care of myself, right, at 13. So I feel like your person is starting to realize what loving themselves is really about, and um, they're focused on leaving the old behind so that they can make space for the new, i.e. you. And they're hell bent on returning before it's too late, right? Let's see what energy you are in. So, Spirit, what energy is the viewer in at the moment, please? Okay. Ace of Wands in reverse. Temperance in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands. And Justice. Okay. I feel like uh, after you went into separation with your person, um, you kind of closed off your heart and kind of went a bit cold for a tiny bit, right? Which I see why, right? There's no shame in it, but you obviously can't stay like that forever, and it caused you to um, be out of balance, and the I feel like you went back and forth, 5 by 5, back and forth from being, or you went back and forth from wanting to be with this person and being and coming from a wounded space, right? So you're like, yes, I want my person, and then you see a reading that has nothing to do with you, but something that the reader said triggered you, and you're all off you're huffing and puffing. Fuck my person, I don't want to be, yeah, whatever. And I feel like you have walked away from that mindset. Uh, Obviously, we all have free will. You don't have to be with your person if you don't want to, but we still can't be callous, right, or closed off to love, because that's not who we are, right? We're not mean-spirited people, and I hope you're not just gonna let this person change who you are and turn you into a cold, hard person, right? So after that wishy-washy energy, where you wanted, after you realize that you actually do want this person, like, no matter what, because you do love this person unconditionally, and you have a purpose, right? And so does this person. You have your own separate purposes, but you also have a purpose together, okay? So, although you wouldn't you'd still have your own purpose if you didn't want to be with this person. The universe is still going to test you, and this person is going to keep popping up in your life. Maybe as time goes on, it won't be as often, but if you have a purpose, obviously you can just up and leave from your purpose at the moment, right? Like, if I decided tomorrow that I didn't want to do this, it would be okay because we all have free will, but it how can I phrase this? You wouldn't be able to fulfill your dreams, right? Like like the dreams of your inner child. So if you wanted to be rich and famous and be able to help people, you could probably still get rich and famous, but it would probably be the wrong way. 2, 3, 4 on the timer, and like you sell your soul, right? But your intuition has been guiding you to plant seeds, right? And so you can eventually reap the rewards. So I feel like now you're confident in yourself, you know what you want, you know what you have to do, and you're going to do it, you're going to get it, and you're being divinely protected. And you just have to keep to stick at your purpose, and justice will be served. Your person will come in, and like when your person comes in, right, you can have all the thoughts in the world before about how you want your person, but for all we know, when your person comes in, you might decide, fuck that, I don't want this anymore. And like once you've gotten the clarity, and I mean that's okay, right? As I said, we all have free will. Just because you've been waiting this long, 25 doesn't mean you have to go through with it just because you've been waiting ages. It's like, let's say you and your friend plan to get matching tattoos, right? And there's this really famous tattoo artist in your town that's doing like a tour, and your friend booked for both of you to get these matching tattoos, and the line is taking ages outside, right? Like you're waiting in line for hours, and then you're like, there's 10 people left, and you're getting a bit anxious. There's 5 people in front of you, and now you're thinking, I don't even like this tattoo idea. I was only doing it because you were doing it. I don't want to do this anymore. but then your friend's like, oh, we've been waiting in the line for hours, and I still want a tattoo anyway, so we might as well. And you really don't want it, but just because you've been waiting there for ages, you end up getting the tattoo, and then you get home and you're like, why the fuck did I do that? I didn't want to do it. Now I have this thing on my body forever, and well, unless you want to pay a lot of money to get it removed, it's going to be on your body forever. And it's the same with your person, right? Just because you have been waiting a while for your person to come back, once they do come back, it doesn't mean that you have to reconcile with them, right? Use your own discernment, trust your intuition, you will not be wrong, right? Intentions. Spirit, what are the viewer's person's intentions in their connection, please? One more. Okay. Excuse me. So, okay. The Four of Cups, the Five of Cups in reverse, 3, 2, 1 on the timer. We have Strength, that's Leo energy, I think. We have the Tower, and the Four of Swords, 3, 4, 5 on the timer. Okay. So your person, as I said before, they're using substances, and your person is tired of waking up and feeling like shit, right? So maybe they're hungover, or and a come down. Yeah, they're just tired of um, using external sources to numb the pain, and it's causing them to want to break free from the cycle. Excuse me. 222. Um, they're building the courage to let go of these vices and to go within and reflect on what they need to work on, right? And to build the courage to finally say no and to heal. Because obviously, this, like, the healing journey is not like, it's not a journey, well, it is a journey. It's not a one and done thing, right? It's more of a lifestyle because it's every day for the rest of your life. Of course, you're going to slip up. We're human, okay? It's okay, but they are realizing that nothing changes. Nothing changes if nothing changes, right? 357 and also 3355. So they know that in order to heal and fix what they have started, they need to go within, right? And maybe they weren't maybe they weren't open to it at first. So the universe brought in the trump card. And was like, fix up or we'll fix it for you. And obviously, 3456. Obviously, your person was probably like, I don't really care, my life is shit enough as it is. And then once the universe realized that your person is not going to change unless they cause change, the tower fell, and your person it's like your person is in a big massive stadium, right? If you saw Kanye West's concert in, I think it was LA, like that big fucking sky thing that he was on. Let's say your person is there and there's a million people surrounding him, and it's all dark, there's no lights at all, and then all of a sudden this big spotlight gets shone on your person, right? And they're like, oh fuck. And then um, that's what it felt like when the tower fell. Like, it's like a big massive light was shone on them, and it was like everyone could see, right? That's what I felt like, and obviously made them feel unsafe, and their nervous system was probably already shot anyway. But if after this, they realize that if they don't heal their nervous system, right, they're not going to be able to sustain somebody like you, because if they're used to toxicity, they're not going to their brain and their nervous system is automatically going to send a flare to their brain that you are not safe, right? Even though you're probably the only one in their life that was safe to be around. So they're working on that, healing their nervous system, letting go of things that no longer serve them, and hoping for a prosperous future. That's the word. Okay. Spirit, what are the viewer's person's next actions in their connection, please? Thank you. Okay. So. Okay. We have the Empress in reverse, the Five of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, the Fool, the Queen of Wands. Okay, so what I'm getting is your person needs to balance out their masculine and feminine energies, right? So gender is irrelevant, right? But usually what we are is usually dependent on a past life, right? If you resonate with that. So, if you're a feminine in a past life, you were a female, right? Even if like that doesn't matter if you are a female now or not. But it's usually like yeah, and vice versa, right? So your person probably has some wounds around their feminine energies. So I feel like they also need to take you off the pedestal, right? It's nice to be up there, but it's like you are the most popular singer in the world, right? And you meet a fan and they fucking love you, right? They are like a super fan, like your biggest fan, right? Yeah, the praise is nice and all, but after a while, you're just going to get sick of them if all they're doing is licking your hole and um, if they're always in your praises, like you can do no wrong. And I feel like it will it would be similar, right? Because this person has you on a pedestal. Okay, you probably had this person on a pedestal before you went into separation or no contact, right? How did that work out? 4 for 4 on the timer. Not very well, I assume. Uh, so they need to work on that, right? Maybe they have some financial burdens or home life burdens that they also need to work on, and I mean obviously they're going to work on it. 4 for 4, 44, 44. They are determined, hell-bent on coming back, right? And being the person that you need, right? And see, once they take that leap of faith, there's no going back, right? So they want to make sure that they're in the right place mentally, physically, spiritually, so that they can come back in without messing things up. 45, 45. Um, and look, just because there's no proof in the 3D doesn't mean it's not happening, right? So if you Um, if you order something online, right? It says it'll be here in 3 to 5 working days or business days, whatever it is. Okay, let's say it's Sunday when you order it, right? You know it's going to be there by Friday latest, right? So let's say you need it for the Tuesday after, right? So it could be here from Wednesday to Friday. Friday comes along, it's not here. And they don't deliver on weekends, so Monday turns around. You're starting to worry that it's not going to be here, right? And then it's Monday night, you're searching online for where it could be, and it hasn't updated in a few days, right? Tuesday morning, 484. It's Tuesday morning now, and you have woken up, you've changed your approach. You are like, it's okay, I don't need it, I'll be fine without it. Let's say it's 1 o'clock, you're just about to leave the house. A van pulls up outside your house. It's the couriers, and he comes out and says, I'll have something for you. And then he walks up to you, hands you the package, and says, sorry, there's an error in the system. It got, or it fell through the cracks, right? 949, 4949. See, at the start, when you ordered it, you knew that it would be there for when you needed it, right? Just because there's no proof that it's coming, or just because you can't see it physically, doesn't mean it's not happening, right? You need to believe that your parcel is coming, that your person is doing the work, and they will take action, right? Inspired action. Because you knew that they were coming in, you didn't doubt them. 5 for 5. And Spirit said, it's okay, you can go. You can make your move and try and reconcile this connection. So they take the leap of faith and come back in. And obviously there's always going to be some hiccups, things that sway your thoughts about specific things, right? Just because you you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening, right? So believe, and that is all for today's reading. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment. If any of it resonated, subscribe, and turn on that bell notification button. And if you feel called, maybe some of my other readings will also resonate. So yeah, if you feel called, check them out, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next reading. If the weather is as nice as it is where I am, get out, enjoy the nature. Soak up the sun, and enjoy your day. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.